So I just finished arguably my best ever clothing collection, and I want to run you through what I realized and the lessons that I got out of this. Because what I grabbed out of this clothing collection, if you're a new designer, if you're someone who is interested in creation, if you're someone who's interested in any form of creation, whether that's content, clothes, architecture, art, business, this will be valuable. So the first thing, this is off the dome, by the way. The first thing I realized is inspiration equals creation. Like, literally, what you're inspired by equals your creations. There's no difference. Literally. So it's inspiration are inputs into your head, creations are outputs out of your head. There's no difference between the two. So what I'm saying is, say you want to make a t-shirt and all you've ever seen in your life is red t-shirts. By default, you're going to make a red t-shirt. And that's just an example. It goes for everything. Literally everything. I could give another example. Say your whole life you've only seen baggy jeans. You're going and you try to create a pair of jeans that are going to be baggy because you assume that's correct. That was the first thing. The second thing is go into your strengths. Go into your strengths. Like, there are things that you are good at and things that you are bad at. By default, you're a human being. The things you are good at, you can define as tasks that are easier to do. And things, and your weaknesses are tasks that are harder to do. So if all you do are tasks that are easier to do for you, and you just max that out, you're gonna be way off. Because in this collection, I'm not a good graphic designer yet. I can't make logo tees. I can't, not yet at least. I don't know. I don't have the capability to make any really graphic T-shirts, and I'm not good at that. I'm not. That's not my skill set. It's not what I wear. So I realized this 3 days into trying to think about how to make a t-shirt, and I realized, oh, what am I good at? If I'm not good at graphic tees, what am I good at? And what I thought was like, okay, I'm good at making clothes. So I made good clothes. The third the third lesson, the third lesson that I learned from this, and this ties into the first one. I looked at myself in the mirror and I realized my head is full of old ideas. And sure, these old ideas have gotten me this far. They've gotten me to where I am, which is undoubtedly farther than most people at my age. But I want to continue to grow. I want to continue to move past people day after day after day, because this is a competition. I'm not here to lose. And what I realized was I've been repeating the same ideas to myself, the same knowledge, the same lessons to myself. I've been reading the same books. I've been watching the same YouTube videos. I've been listening to the same people for years. And what I realized was inspiration equals creation. If I've never taken in new information for a year, I'm the same exact person, because inspiration equals creation. So during this clothing drop, I looked for new people to learn from. I looked for new brands to study. I looked for new ways to create clothing. I tried listening to new types of music. I tried wearing different clothes. I tried changing my environment. I tried all these things, which led me to creating arguably the best things I've ever made. And now, fourth, the fourth lesson. The last thing I learned from this collection is if you want to create something that people feel. You have to feel it while creating it. And this collection, I wanted them to be clothes I loved. And what I realized was, what do I love? I love myself. What do most people love? They love themselves and are obsessed with themselves. So they want clothing that is them. And this will lead to something. It will. They want clothing that is them. So I was thinking about this and I was thinking about it and I'm like, how do you represent that with a t-shirt, a black t-shirt? And I'm not good at graphic design, so how do I do that? And I had this idea. Most people, when you look at them from a distance, they're plain. They don't really, oh, they have nice hair. That's about it. But as you go closer to them, and as you talk to them, and as you learn about them, you see depth. You see their character. You see who they are, and you see what makes them different from everybody else. And with these clothes, I did the same thing. I created a black t-shirt, so when you see it across the room, you're like, oh, it's kind of plain. It's not really, well, it's not. Nice hair, though. It fits nice. But as you go closer to it, you start seeing the details. You start seeing the stitching that you don't really normally see. And the detail on the shirt, there's a seam that goes like this, and then across the body. I would show an example, but I don't feel like editing this. And I made clothes that when you see from a distance, they're plain, but as you get closer to them and as you learn about them, they have character, depth, meaning, and true resonance. And sure, I might be the only one who thinks about this, but the truth is, when that person puts that t-shirt on, they're going to feel the same way I felt when I created it. And this is the fourth lesson. To create things, what you create, the emotion you feel when you create something is exactly what the end user feels when they interact with it. I'm sure almost every sad song, every amazing sad song on the planet was sung by a person who is sad. Goes the same way with a t-shirt. Goes the same way with a house. So if you want to create something that really touches people's souls, feel how you want to feel as you're creating it, and it will get through the fibers into their brain. But yeah, that was the 4 lessons from 2 Summer. See y'all tomorrow or maybe in 5 months.